I first began rescuing dogs when I took a job in a bad inner city neighborhood. I was not aware that I would run into packs of dogs running the streets and stray cats everywhere. And I became the crazy dog lady in the neighborhood. I would feed the strays, and when I could get one to trust me, I would bring him home and get him to the vet and get him adopted. And I was a rescue of one at that time. As I became more and more involved with the rescue, I started to recruit friends and family to help me, and I had more people fostering, and I could take more dogs in. And at one time, we had all the dogs coming here to my home and doing adoptions at my home. Eventually, we got large enough that we decided to incorporate. We started the process to become a 501c3. We were finalized in 2005, and since that time, we have placed successfully over 35,000 animals. We have grown, and now going from a grassroots organization with just 5 people, we are now over 325 volunteers. We are more successful in placing our animals than a lot of the larger, well-funded organizations, and I attribute that to the passion and commitment of our volunteers. They do this without compensation. Well, maybe I'm lying, because we do get thousands of doggy kisses and tail wags, so that's our compensation. We are not salaried, we are not well funded, and while we know how to save dogs, and we're really good at that, we're struggling to learn how to get more donations to keep us going and to sustain our mission.
Hi, so my name is Sarah. I work at 11th Hour Rescue. This is my handsome boy, Clutch, who chose to take my seat this afternoon. He's a 2.5-year-old Anatolian Shepherd. He's been with us for just going on a year now. When he first got here, he was very, very scared. It took me about 2 weeks to be able to work with him. And now, as you can see, he's, well, my shadow. Sit down. Sit. Good boy. Good boy. He is looking for his forever home. However, that may be my home.
My name is Alex. I'm from 11th Hour Rescue. I am the kennel assistant manager here. This is my buddy, Lucky. He's a good boy. Come here. He loves to cuddle. He first came to us back in 2016. He was surrendered to a high-kill shelter after the kids no longer wanted to care for him.
Hi, I'm Harley. I work at 11th Hour in Randolph. Right now I have Rhys. He's about 2 years old. We got him when he was a puppy, got adopted out, and he was returned because it was too loud of an environment for him. They were just having a baby, so he ended up getting returned. But he's great with people, very nice, very friendly dog.
Hi, my name is Amy. I am the veterinary technician and kennel manager for 11th Hour Rescue. I've been with the organization for about a total of 6-7 years now. I'm in charge of the kennel, obviously, but as well as in taking the dogs when they get off of transport. They're all normally, vetted down south or wherever they come from with their vaccines and everything, but once they arrive at the kennel, we give them a quick look over, make sure their shots are up to date, check them for ear infections, fleas, ticks, things like that. We have a few vets in the area that we also work with in case we have any, difficult medical issues. But otherwise, the puppies come in, we quarantine them until they're ready, healthy and ready to be adopted, about a total of 2 weeks, and then they get their forever homes.
Hi, my name is Alex Mersky. I'm one of the vet techs that we have here at 11th Hour. I've been with the organization for 4 years now. I work a lot with the dogs and cats that we have both on the premises as well as ones that are coming up to us or in foster. We average getting in about 30 to 40 dogs a week, and 20 or so cats are coming in a week at a time, especially during the height of kitten season in the summer. My job is to make sure that they stay healthy when they get up here, that if they have any issues, we work with our amazing local vets to get those issues resolved so they can be happy, healthy, and get on to their forever homes.
Hi, I'm Chantal. I'm the cat program director here at 11th Hour Rescue, and I'm in charge of the intake of the cats and kittens that come to us. Most of them come to us from the streets. They're often abandoned, sick, and injured, or we go to the local shelters and we clear out the shelters when they're inundated with too many animals. One of our main focuses is to spay and neuter. When we spay and neuter, we cut down on the lives that we have to save every year. Every year I take in probably hundreds of cats and kittens and make sure that they get loving homes. And we do it with the help from our volunteers, our fosters, and our donors.
Hi, I'm Tracy, and this is my daughter Lucy, and we're both volunteers with 11th Hour Rescue. I'm also a member of the executive committee. Here at 11th Hour, we as a family, along with her brother and my husband, we work together and with the community and find dogs and cats homes. We save approximately 3,000 or more animals per year.
Hi, my name's Paul Barish. I'm a volunteer dog trainer at 11th Hour Rescue. What I do is when dogs come in, I listen to the owners, I take the surrender form often, and then from there, I work with the dogs. I lead play groups. We'll get, whether it's 2, 3, 5, 7, 10 dogs in here. We get them some exercise, get them some socialization. Another thing I do is, with the kennel manager, come up with a top 5 list. Not necessarily top 5 adoptable, but top 5 as far as, needing some work to help them get adopted.
Hi, my name is Nadine DeLeo, and I am the owner of Parkway Lanes in Elmwood Park. I came to know 11th Hour Rescue about 4 years ago when I was looking to take in a new dog for my family. I did some research on rescue groups, as I've been doing rescue myself for many years, and I came across 11th Hour Rescue. I have to say, as I looked around at other rescue groups and did some research, the thing I loved most about 11th Hour Rescue was the way they rescue. And when I say that, what people don't realize is that when dogs are rescued many times from kill shelters, puppies are taken, and dogs that are so easily adoptable. 11th Hour Rescue takes not only puppies, they take the moms, they take sick dogs, they take old dogs, they take every dog they possibly can to give them a chance at a good life. For me, that was the selling point. I will say that even to this day, I do everything I can to support rescue, and especially 11th Hour Rescue. I often go to different events, and we even host one in my own bowling center. I urge people, if you're looking for an animal, please, please check out 11th Hour Rescue. And I say this for one other reason. Every time we adopt a dog, we get the opportunity to save another one.
I want to tell you a little bit about how 11th Hour got its start. It was a Monday morning, and I was looking at my emails, and there was one email that caught my attention. The subject line read, "Over 20 dogs to be gassed in a shelter in Georgia on Wednesday." I don't know why I opened that email, except I was not aware that we still gassed animals in this country. And I didn't know anybody in Tennessee, but I did open it, and the first thing I saw was a picture of a puppy, and then the next picture of a puppy, and then a highly adoptable dog, and an Aussie mix, and all dogs that I knew if I had them here in New Jersey, I could place them quickly. And these were all the dogs that were on the kill list for Wednesday. So I called my boss down to my office, and I asked him if I could take vacation starting that minute, and I told him there was something I needed to work on, and I showed him on the computer the dogs that were going to be killed on Wednesday, and he gave me his blessing. He said, I said, I'll be here in the office, I'll be here to answer questions, but I really need to focus and work on this. So I called the shelter, and the animal control officer answered the phone, and I asked him if he would allow dogs to be adopted out of state. And he was very polite. He said, "No, ma'am, we do not allow that." And he hung up on me. I called him right back, and I said, "Okay, would you allow a dog to go to a rescue out of state?" And again, very politely, "No, ma'am, in order to pull a dog from one of our shelters, you have to be licensed by the Department of Agriculture." And I remember at that moment feeling somewhat defeated, And he lowered his voice and he whispered on the phone and said, well, if you found somebody who had a Georgia license, I wouldn't know where the dogs were going, would I? And I went, bingo, okay. He gave me a clue on how to do this. So I called some friends and we started emailing and blogging and calling all different rescues in Georgia to see if somebody would allow us to use their license. And I finally got lucky on Tuesday, where I talked to a woman for a couple hours and she trusted me enough to let me use her license. And in the meantime, I've been calling the shelter a couple times a day to see how many dogs were left. And the numbers were going down. Some were getting reclaimed, some were getting adopted. And it was Tuesday afternoon and my boss came down to my office. He goes, how much longer are you gonna be? I really need you to work. And I told him that I thought I was going to be able to save all the dogs. But there was a couple that I didn't have fosters for, and if I couldn't find a foster, I couldn't take them. And he said, let me see them. And I showed him, and he said, all right. He goes, my wife will probably divorce me, but I will take those last few if you find nobody else. So Wednesday morning, the shelter is closed because they closed the shelter for Euthanasia Day. And I called Wednesday morning and I asked my friend now, the animal control officer, how many were left. And he told me, and I said the 5 words that changed my life. I said, I'll take them all. And I saved all those dogs in 3 days. And I got a call the following day from a volunteer at the shelter who said, I wish you could have been here when your call came in. The animal control officer turned around and shouted, nobody dies today. And we were all high-fiving and hugging and screaming. And she says, I wish you could have been here because you not only saved these dogs, you gave us hope that maybe, just maybe, we'll have more weeks where nobody dies today. And that's where I came up with 11th hour. We go into shelters at the last minute. And we don't always get the prettiest, but we get the ones that need us the most. And that's our mission, where we now focus on dogs in death row.